Hey everybody. I thought I'd take this opportunity to go over the syllabus with you guys and touch on some basic things for the class. Now this video is being done for Art 211, which is digital prepress and continuity, formerly known as page layout 1. Let's see, this is for the winter semester of 2020. It's a 3 credit hour class, and it's online, purely online. Okay, now, if you've got the syllabus handy, why don't you go ahead and take a look at that, open it up. I've got it on my screen right here. Just want to go over some pertinent information. Okay, first off, faculty contact information. All right, my name is Brad Ulrich. I am a professor of art and design at Mid-Michigan College. I am, in fact, the lead faculty of the art and design department at Mid. My email, and that is actually the best way to get in touch with me, is bulrich@midmich.edu. I check my email quite a lot, as most graphic designers and illustrators usually do. So that is the best way to get in touch with me. My office phone is 989-773-6622, extension 251. Okay, and my office, which is in Mount Pleasant, the Somerton campus, the liberal arts and business mouthful Sunday morning, liberal arts and business building. Okay, the LB for short. So it's LB room 312. Okay, that's right next to the great big art lab. If you've been on that campus, you know what I'm talking about. It's this large room that most of the art classes are in, unless you're taking a computer oriented class, then it's around the corner. All right. Anyway, office hours for this semester are Monday 1 to 2 p.m. That's in LB 312. All these are in LB 312, by the way. Tuesday from noon to 1. LB 312. Now, Wednesday and Thursday are my days to work on the online courses that I'm teaching. So I'll be pretty much working out of my home office, which you see here. This is actually my studio. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'll mostly be working out of here. But if you have any issues and need to meet with me, I am available, but by appointment only. So you can shoot me an email or leave me a message on my office phone, and we can work something out. And of course, Friday, my office hours are from noon to 1 again. Okay, and that's again in LB 312. Okay, now required materials for the class, and these are required. There's no way to get around them. First off is the textbook, and that is Adobe InDesign, Classroom in a Book. Okay, because every week there's going to be a reading assignment, and there's going to be review questions. So you got to have the textbook. You can't get around it. No way around it. It's by let's see, it's Adobe InDesign CC Classroom in a Book 2019 release by Kelly Cortez Anton and Tina DeGerald, something like that. Anyway, whatever. Just the InDesign Classroom in a Book. Okay. All right. Now, in addition to that, there is a software requirement, and this is absolutely you can't get around it. You got to have this software, and that is Adobe InDesign. Everything that we are doing in this class is going to be done using Adobe InDesign. So, you can either download it to your home computer or your laptop from Adobe. There is a student rate. You'll need to look it up to see what the current student rate is. I think last semester it was like around $20 a month for students, and I think that's the entire Adobe Creative Suite. But like I said, you'd have to kind of check it out. Also, the entire Adobe Creative Suite is available to all Mid art and design students in the computer labs, the graphic design computer labs that we have on mid. Now there are just regular computer labs, okay, but there are specific graphic design computer labs where we have printers, we have the Adobe Creative Suite, and just basically all the stuff you would need to do graphic design. And that in Mount Pleasant, in the liberal arts and business building, is 320. And in Harrison, it was 165, but that may have changed because they're doing construction there. It might be 181 or something like that, but it was 165 at one point. Okay, so that is the text and software requirements. Again, these are required. Got to have it. Don't try using another program for our class. Okay, it's simply not going to work. I'm going to have in our assignments, there are going to be certain things you're going to be asked to do which are specific to Adobe InDesign. Okay, so you won't be able to fake it with something else. Okay, that's all you really need for the class. Now, if you have any other materials from previous art classes or design classes, like sketchbooks, rulers, things like that, those are always pretty useful, just generally speaking. But they're they're just suggested to have around. I usually have tons of art stuff jammed all over the place, here and there. And I'm sure you're probably the same if you've taken a few courses. All right, going down the syllabus, we've got some course outcomes and proficiencies. This information is primarily for if you are going to be transferring eventually, which a lot of you probably will. This is the kind of information that academic advisors in the school you would be transferring to, they want to know what kind of stuff was covered in this class. Okay, that's why it's there for you. So, you want to hang on to this document, download a version of it, file it away, so there's not any question when you're transferring as to what this course covered. You'll have that handy. Okay, grading scales and procedures. Now you're going to see here right off that we've got assignments, we've got points, and it all adds up to about 500. And the big block here of points is the review questions of the week. Okay, now the review questions of the week, very important. These are taken from the weekly reading assignments from Adobe Classroom in a book. Okay, on Moodle, you will find every week we'll have a module, and you'll find that there is a little quiz icon. Looks like a little check mark thing. You click on that, and it'll take you to the review questions of the week. There's going to be 5 questions every week taken from the readings. 5 questions worth 5 points. The deadline for that, the weekly deadline, is Friday night at, I believe it's 11:55 or 11:59. Anyway, it's Friday night right before midnight. Okay, so you want to make sure that you remember to do those and get those done. 5 points might not seem like a lot, but if you miss them, if you miss them all, it's the difference between a letter grade sometimes. Okay, so be sure you get those review questions of the week done. And here's the thing too, it's a Moodle quiz, so it's open book. Okay, it's open book, and you can take the quiz. I have it set up so you can take it as many times as you want. There's no time limit on it, for one thing. And you can, if you do poorly on it, you can take it again and again and again until you get a grade that you like, and it will remember, it'll only record the highest grade. Okay, so that's kind of a good deal. Okay, so yeah, let me just stress again, the review questions of the week, pretty important stuff. Make sure you do them. It's kind of a big deal. Okay, let's see, next on there is Project 1, which is a magazine ad, and then Project 2 is a magazine article. That's a multi-page document. Project 3 is a logo and menu, okay, multi-page sort of document. And Project 4 is a brochure. And then finally there is a cumulative quiz. The cumulative quiz is at the end of the semester, and that is it's set up the same way as the review questions of the week, except that it is, I believe, 25 or 30 questions as opposed to just 5. The questions are all taken from the previous review questions of the week. So you've already done those. You've already probably been through a lot of those questions. And again, this is just like the quiz. It's going to be open book, an online quiz. And again, you can take it as many times as you need until you get a decent grade. A lot of times I'll have students that will take it 2 or 3 times before they actually ace the thing. And that's when they stop. There's nothing wrong with that. Not at all. Okay. Now, it says here, too, that the grading is based on effort put forth to achieve the objectives of each lesson, individual design projects and written assignments. There aren't actually any written assignments in this course. This is just kind of general verbiage that we have in most of our art and design syllabi. Adherence to deadlines. Yeah, deadlines are really important. Class attendance and participation. And our class attendance and participation is done online by my just checking the student profile. I can actually check the attendance online by clicking on the grade book and seeing. Basically, it just shows me the last time that any of you have accessed the course. Okay, so if you haven't been online in like a couple of weeks, I'll know it, and you'll be marked absent. Okay. I mean, it's right down to the minute. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let me just say, too, since we're talking about this, saying that, it's based on effort put forth, don't be too worried about the software, learning the software, okay? I do a number of videos, demo videos, just like I do in a face-to-face class, that I'll be posting here on the Moodle page. Okay. Adobe InDesign, the learning curve isn't super steep, but there is a little bit of one, and it takes a little bit of getting used to if you've not used it before. Let me just say this about InDesign in particular, is that it is based on links. Okay. What does that mean, based on links? What that means is that when you set up a document, okay, and you start placing pictures and text and things in there, that stuff isn't really there, okay? Adobe Adobe InDesign is, the way it's created is to sort of save your computer from getting overwhelmed. It sets up these documents and has links to the actual pictures that are stored on your computer, that you're placing in there. So what you might have with InDesign sometimes is you might have pictures that look a little bitmappy or something like that. The resolution might not look that good, but that's fine. That's just for the interface, okay? And on that note, too, when you are uploading your progress, and there will be on Moodle, we do have a weekly forum where I really want you to upload your progress as we go along in these projects, okay? When you upload your progress, what you want to do is you want to have your InDesign document and export it as a PDF, okay? If you try and export or upload an InDesign document, what's going to show up on my end, what's going to show up, and this happens all the time, is a blank document with a bunch of X's in it, okay? And that's because InDesign, like I said, is based on links. And if the InDesign document is not packaged properly, then it's just going to be a bunch of broken links. It's just going to be, if it's like a multi-page project, like 2 spreads, 4 pages, it's just going to be 4 blank pages. So don't let that happen to you. What you want to do is just, and there's directions on Moodle. I think in the first week, if not the general information, there's directions on how to export InDesign documents as a PDF. It's really simple to do. And PDFs, to be frank about this, they're the way to go these days. Every time in the past, probably the past 12 years, that I have done some work and had to send it to a publisher or a printer or something like that, it's been just uploading a PDF to an FTP site. Okay, like, well, let's see. Yeah, here for example, this is our college publication that we were doing for a while. It's a little comic book that my comic book and graphic novel class would publish. Yeah, this whole thing we would upload to an FTP site as a PDF. You know, very simple. It took maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes because it was pretty intensive, you know, memory intensive. But that's the way it's done these days. So that is how we're gonna do it. Okay. All right. Let's see back here. Oh yeah. Back to the grading stuff and like that. Be sure you make your deadlines. Yeah, and usually, well, if you miss a deadline, generally speaking, I usually have to knock off a few points here and there, depending on how late it is. Okay, and that's just fair, you know. So you want to make sure you get stuff done on time. Look at the rest of the stuff. Oh yeah, we got academic dishonesty. Make sure that your work that you do for this class is original. Okay. Generally speaking, for this class though, you're going to be supplied, at least for a number of the assignments, with photos and text that's prepared for you. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about that kind of stuff. You just don't want to do anything close to stealing anybody else's work or anything like that. I've never had a problem with it with these courses, so I'm not terribly concerned about that aspect. What I will say though is, you know, do your own work. You can follow along with me on the demonstration videos that I do, but you know, if you follow along with me, don't turn that in as your own work. You want to do it yourself as well. You know, just follow along, learn the tricks and tips that I'm teaching in these demos, and how to use InDesign. But then then make it your own. Create your own thing. Okay. Let's see. That's the closest we ever get to any sort of academic dishonesty. Okay. And that's not very often. Let's see. Clariac. Oh yeah, and there's also what we have here too is there is a tentative course outline which breaks down what we'll be doing more or less each week. Again, there's going to be weekly reading assignments, and along with those, again, the review questions of the week. We got spring break in there in the middle. Now, the way I'm doing it this year with spring break, in the past I've had assignments there online during spring break. Well, I'm not doing that this year. Live and learn. This is this is probably well into the second and a half year that I've taught these online courses, and it's just everybody's going out of town, everybody's doing things. It's just not worth it. So yeah, spring break will be just basically taking off. There's going to be nothing to do. The following week, you're going to have to do 2 lessons instead of 1, just to kind of make up. But I think we'll do fine. And then, like I said, of course, at the very end, we've got a cumulative quiz, and that's about that. Okay. Now, I think that covered just about everything that we're going to be doing in this class. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and sign off then. I'll be posting another video pretty soon here. There is in the first week module, there's a introduce yourself here spot, and I want everybody to introduce themselves to the class. You don't have to do a video, but at least write a little note, tell us who you are, and what kind of things you're into, whatever. Okay, so we can all kind of get to know each other. All right, I look forward to working with you guys. Talk to you later.